Item 1. Jaime Maussan. Source: ChatGPT. José Jaime Maussan Flauta, born on May 31, 1953, is a Mexican journalist, television personality, and ufologist. He is known for his research and reporting on unidentified flying objects, UFOs, and supernatural phenomena. Maussan also hosts television programs where he frequently introduces and discusses topics related to extraterrestrial life and UFOs. Maussan is well known in Mexico, Latin America, and internationally, and his programs attract a large audience. However, his research and reports have also faced criticism and skepticism from the scientific community and some professional researchers. Source: Wikipedia. José Jaime Maussan Flauta, born May 31, 1953, is a Mexican journalist, television personality, and ufologist. He has been associated with various hoaxes involving alleged extraterrestrial remains. Maussan studied journalism at the National Autonomous University of Mexico, UNAM, and the University of Miami. His career began in 1970, during which he worked as a reporter for several prominent newspapers and broadcasting institutions, including the Mexican Sun, XEXM, and Televisa's 24 Horas News Radio. In June 1990, Maussan was listed in the United Nations Environment Programme, UNEP, Annual Global 500 Honors. Maussan's career has been marked by controversial events. He was involved in promoting a specimen known as the Metepec creature, which was later confirmed to be a skinned monkey. In 2016, he claimed to have discovered a demon fairy, but it turned out to be a combination of a bat, a stick, epoxy resin, and other materials. Additionally, in 2015, he led an event called Witness claiming to unveil the face of a mummy that purported to be an extraterrestrial child, but was later confirmed to be a human child. In 2017, Maussan appeared in footage organized by Gaia Corporation, claiming to have found a mummy near the Nazca Lines in Peru, alleged to be a three-fingered extraterrestrial. On September 12, 2023, during a public hearing on unidentified flying objects, Maussan presented two mummies claimed to be non-human, stating that these extraterrestrials were discovered in a diatomaceous earth mine near Cusco, Peru, with a history of over 1,000 years. He stated that scientists from the National Autonomous University of Mexico, UNAM, concluded that these bodies are not a part of our terrestrial evolution, and noted that nearly one-third of the DNA is of unknown origin. However, this claim raised doubts among some experts in the scientific community, including physicist Yulita Gossman from the National Autonomous University of Mexico, who stated that the university has never supported these claims and considered Maussan's presented data meaningless. The National Autonomous University of Mexico further reiterated their statement from September 2017, stating that they had not drawn any conclusions about the source of the submitted samples and had not conducted any other types of tests. On September 17, the Peruvian government confirmed that these extraterrestrial mummies were assembled from ancient Peruvian mummy remains in 2017, with the intention of selling them on the black market. Wired magazine reported that Maussan's mummies were considered a hoax made from human and animal bones. Item 2. Nazca Lines. Source: ChatGPT. The Nazca Lines refer to a group of mysterious geoglyphs located on the Nazca Plateau in southern Peru. These drawings encompass a wide array of lines, geometric patterns, and depictions of animals and plants. They are etched onto the ground, covering vast expanses and spanning hundreds of square kilometers. These lines and patterns were created approximately 2,000 years ago during the Nazca culture, with the specific time frame estimated to be around 200 BCE to 600 CE. While the Nazca culture left behind many exquisite pottery and art pieces, the most striking are these enormous ground drawings. Some of the Nazca lines can be observed from elevated perspectives, leading to speculation that they may have been designed for certain rituals or religious activities. However, there is still much controversy and uncertainty surrounding the exact purpose and intent behind these lines. The Nazca lines have also garnered significant attention from archaeologists, geologists, and historians due to their scale, complexity, and enigmatic nature. They have become one of the world's renowned archaeological sites, drawing numerous visitors for exploration. Source: Wikipedia. The Nazca Lines, Spanish, Líneas de Nazca, are a collection of enormous ground figures located on the Nazca Plateau in southern Peru, between the towns of Nazca and Palpa. They were created by the Nazca civilization between approximately 500 BCE and 500 CE, by removing reddish-brown iron oxide-coated pebbles that cover the surface of the Nazca Desert and revealing the light-colored earth underneath. The Nazca Lines have two main phases: the Paracas phase, created from 400 to 200 BCE, and the Nazca phase, created from 200 BCE to 500 CE. The Nazca Lines were discovered by American archaeologist Paul Kosok in 1939. Although some figures represent living creatures, such as birds and fish, scholars believe that the Nazca people designed and constructed the lines to be seen by deities in the sky. The designs include straight lines and geometric shapes as well as stylized depictions of animals, plants, and humans. They cover about 50 square kilometers, 19 square miles, and consist of over 1,300 kilometers, 800 miles, of lines. Due to the remote location and the stable, arid climate of the area, the Nazca Lines have mostly been preserved by natural processes. However, in recent years, there has been concern about damage caused by unauthorized intrusions. The creation process of the Nazca Lines, based on incomplete remains, is believed to have involved marking the figures with large stones, outlining the boundaries by removing the surface of darker stones, excavating the interior of the figures and piling the removed stones, and finally, placing these stones along the boundaries to emphasize the edges of the figures. The spiral patterns, on the other hand, are believed to have been created by first winding a rope around a central pole, attaching the other end to a stick, and using this to create the circular design. The rope was gradually extended outward to create larger spiral patterns, and then, stones at the edges of each spiral were cleared, revealing the lighter colored ground to accentuate the spirals. Apart from aerial views, the Nazca Lines are not discernible as specific shapes from ground level. There have been various speculations about the capabilities and methods of the builders, as it has been assumed that the Nazca people had limited vantage points to view their creations. The mainstream belief is that these patterns likely played a significant role in Andean rainmaking ceremonies. In 1994, the Nazca Lines were designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site under the name Lines and Geoglyphs of Nazca and Palpa. This World Heritage Site is considered to meet the following criteria for inclusion. I. Represent a masterpiece of human creative genius. 3. Bear a unique or at least exceptional testimony to a cultural tradition or to a civilization that is living or has disappeared. 4. Be outstanding examples of a type of building, architectural or technological ensemble, or landscape that illustrates a significant stage in human history. In December 2014, during the United Nations Climate Change Conference held in Lima, Peru, Greenpeace activists entered the Nazca Lines protection area without authorization and laid out a yellow banner spelling "Time for Change. The future is renewable." This act sparked controversy, with the Peruvian government stating that it left footprints damaging to the landscape. On January 27, 2018, Jainer Jesus Flores Vigo, a 40-year-old truck driver, ignored local prohibitions and drove directly onto the Nazca Lines, leaving tire tracks in an area within the site measuring 100 meters long and 50 meters wide. Flores Vigo was subsequently arrested by local authorities. Item 3. Diatomaceous earth. Source: ChatGPT. Diatomaceous earth, also known as diatomite, is a deep-sea sediment composed of the remains of ancient underwater plants called diatoms. It is primarily made up of silica dioxide, oxygen, water, and trace amounts of metal oxides. It has a fine texture and possesses strong absorbent properties, able to quickly soak up surrounding moisture and gradually release it, aiding in maintaining indoor humidity. Due to its unique moisture-absorbing and dehumidifying functions, diatomaceous earth finds extensive applications in interior decoration, especially in damp environments such as bathrooms and kitchens. It is also used for wall decoration and floor cushioning. Additionally, its distinctive texture and color can lend a natural, eco-friendly ambience to indoor spaces, making it a popular choice in modern interior design. It's worth noting that when using diatomaceous earth, prolonged exposure to water should be avoided to prevent compromising its moisture-absorbing capabilities. Moreover, if cleaning is required, it's advisable to use a gentle, damp cloth for wiping, avoiding the use of strongly acidic or alkaline cleaning agents. Source: Wikipedia. Diatomaceous earth, also known as diatomite, is a biochemical sedimentary rock formed from the deposits of diatom cell walls. It is light yellow or pale gray in color, with a soft and lightweight texture that can be easily ground into powder. It has low density, porous structure, and a rough texture, and exhibits extremely strong water-absorbing properties. The typical chemical composition of oven-dried diatomaceous earth is 80 to 90% silica dioxide, 2 to 4% aluminum oxide, mostly attributed to clay minerals, and 0.5 to 2% iron oxide. Diatomaceous earth is a poor conductor of heat, sound, and electricity, making it suitable for use as lightweight insulation and soundproofing material. It is also used as a filtration agent for swimming pools, abrasive material for polishing, absorbent for liquids, and as an adsorbent for nitroglycerin in Alfred Nobel's invention of dynamite, among other applications. Additionally, diatomaceous earth can serve as an insulating material. Item 4. UFO. Source: ChatGPT. The English full name of UFO is Unidentified Flying Object, which means an object or phenomenon observed in the sky that cannot be easily identified or explained through conventional means. While UFO is often associated with the concept of extraterrestrial spacecraft, it simply signifies that the observer cannot determine what the object they are seeing is. Throughout history, there have been reports of UFO sightings, which could be attributed to various natural or man-made phenomena such as weather balloons, aircraft, astronomical events, and atmospheric phenomena. After rigorous investigation, some of these sighting reports have been explained and identified as known objects or phenomena. It's important to note that the existence of UFOs does not necessarily imply the existence of extraterrestrial life or advanced alien civilizations. Many UFO sightings have been later identified as known objects or phenomena. However, there are still cases that remain mysterious, continuing to spark speculation and scientific curiosity. Source: Wikipedia. An unidentified flying object, UFO, also known as an unidentified aerial phenomenon, UAP, refers to an object of unknown origin and nature, floating or flying in the sky. It encompasses any object that appears unclear or unidentifiable to an observer. Many people associate UFOs with high-tech or extraterrestrial flying saucers or discs. In Hong Kong and Taiwan, they are referred to as flying saucers. While some believe them to be spaceships from other planets or time machines operated by future humans conducting research on present-day Earth, others consider them to be atmospheric phenomena or even military aircraft of terrestrial origin. Some UFO photographs have been identified by experts as hoaxes or misunderstandings. However, there are still cases that cannot be explained based on existing scientific knowledge, such as the Phoenix Lights and the Washington UFO incident. Before the term UFO emerged, the only English term used was flying saucer, which often led to misunderstandings. In the 20th century, disc-shaped flying objects were discovered over the United States and were initially referred to as flying saucers, with the belief that they were new reconnaissance weapons from the Soviet Union. This marked the beginning of contemporary interest in UFOs, and people began focusing on UFO reports from around the world. Item 5. UAP. Source: ChatGPT. UAP stands for Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon, which means phenomena in the sky that cannot be easily identified or explained by conventional means, similar to UFOs. Unlike UFOs, UAP emphasizes the nature of the phenomenon rather than just flying objects. In recent years, UAP has become a topic of discussion in the military, aviation, and scientific communities. Some military organizations and scientific research institutions have started studying UAP to determine their nature and origin. These studies have also garnered widespread attention from the public and media. It's important to note that the existence of UAP does not necessarily imply the existence of extraterrestrial life or civilizations. They could be the result of natural phenomena, military equipment, or other human activities. Research on UAP is still ongoing, and our understanding of them may change over time. Source: TechNice Technology Island. Recently, NASA released a report on unidentified flying objects, UFOs, urging humanity to track and understand these unexplained phenomena through more innovative scientific technologies. However, this move has also raised concerns about military security among the public. Currently, the scientific teams convened by the U.S. government and NASA primarily focus on observations in the sky. Some experts suggest that if further investigation is to be conducted, attention should also be directed towards the oceans. Exploring possibilities from the ocean. According to reports, Brian Helmuth, a professor of marine and environmental science at Northeastern University, stated that it is not surprising to see news about unidentified objects sinking into the sea in the media. The Earth's oceans are vast and mysterious, making them an excellent vantage point for observing events occurring on Earth. If we want to investigate extraterrestrial phenomena like those on Earth, the ocean is undoubtedly a starting point. It is not only the largest habitat on Earth, but it also lacks species similar to humans, making it an ideal place to observe unexplained phenomena. Using cutting-edge technology to seek answers. The investigation team established by NASA, led by astrophysicist David Spergel, emphasizes that people's perception of unidentified object phenomena should be approached scientifically, rather than sensationalized. They also recommend using AI and machine learning to distinguish unknowns and record relevant phenomena. This involves observing the sky through ground-based radars and collecting data through crowdsourcing. NASA also suggests that the Terra and Aqua satellites used for Earth and ocean observation, equipped with state-of-the-art sensors, should provide data on atmospheric conditions and other relevant information related to unexplained events. Rebranding UFOs as UAP. Therefore, the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO, established by the U.S. in July 2022 officially changed the abbreviation for Unidentified Flying Objects, UFOs, to Unidentified Aerial Phenomena, UAP. This change in terminology signifies an expansion of the search for unusual phenomena to include land, sea, air, and space. Professor Brian Helmuth adds that even though the latest UAP research primarily focuses on land, there are likely many new discoveries awaiting us in the oceans of this planet. Item 6. Title: July 26, 2023 UFO Hearing. Source: Thai News. The U.S. House of Representatives holds UFO hearing, alien topic finally unites both parties. On July 26, the U.S. House of Representatives convened a hearing on unidentified anomalous phenomena, UAPs, commonly known as unidentified flying objects, UFOs. 3 retired military personnel attended, alleging that the U.S. government is concealing the truth about unidentified flying objects and retaliating against whistleblowers. They called on Congress to urge the government to provide a more transparent reporting channel, as these matters may be related to national security. According to reports from the Associated Press, CNN, and the BBC, the focus of this hearing was not to prove the existence of extraterrestrial beings. Republican Congressman Tim Burchett emphasized that the hearing should not focus on whether aliens exist, as this could easily divert attention. Instead, he urged everyone to concentrate on the practical discussion of whether these mysterious sightings warrant serious government attention. During the hearing at the House Oversight and Accountability Committee, 3 retired officers recounted witnessing flying objects that defied known physics. They also described facing penalties and being denied access to databases after reporting unidentified flying objects, which could discourage pilots from reporting such information. Former Air Force Intelligence Officer David Grusk stated that in 2019, he was tasked by the government's Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force to investigate decades-old incidents of unidentified flying objects. He went to the National Reconnaissance Office, which manages U.S. military satellites, but encountered difficulties when trying to access information. Upon discovering that he was being hindered, Grusk reported the incident to the Oversight Unit of the intelligence agency. As a result, he faced retaliation, saying, "They used various means to harm my career and me personally." However, when asked about the nature of the retaliation, he stated that the matter is under investigation, so he cannot disclose details. When asked if the U.S. government possesses information about extraterrestrial life, Grusk said that the U.S. may have been aware of non-human activities since the 1930s. He added, "The U.S. government not only has aircraft, but it is also said to have non-human remains." However, he admitted that he himself had not seen these so-called remains, but had only heard about them from others. Grusk mentioned that he has a list of witnesses who can provide more information to Congress about unidentified flying objects. Former Navy Commander David Fravor recounted an incident in 2004 where he observed a tic-tac-shaped flying object with a flight pattern that was baffling. Fravor stated, "We are dealing with technology far superior to ours. It might take more than 10 years to see if there is any hope of developing it." Former Navy pilot Ryan Graves, who also witnessed unidentified flying objects during his service, stated, "If pilots see unidentified objects that are foreign drones, it's a national security issue. If it's something else, it's a scientific issue. Either way, it raises aviation safety concerns." However, civilian airline pilots and military aviators often face humiliation when reporting unidentified flying objects. Graves emphasized the need for a system that allows pilots to report without fear of repercussions. Federal representatives also faced initial refusals when requesting information. Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz from Florida also mentioned that he initially faced resistance when inquiring about unidentified flying object incidents at Eglin Air Force Base in Florida. He eventually saw some footage that made it difficult for me to imagine that this is within the capabilities of any human, neither American or any of our adversaries. However, some Republican lawmakers remained non-committal. Missouri Congressman Eric Burleson stated that it is hard to imagine that beings that have traveled billions of miles would crash on Earth, deeming it too wasteful. He suggested that these unidentified flying objects might be secretly manufactured by certain arms dealers or government agencies. Most representatives focused on the main theme of the hearing, which was whether to increase the transparency of reporting channels for unidentified flying object incidents. The BBC pointed out that it was rare for anyone to deviate from the topic. Democratic Congressman Jared Moskowitz from Florida said, "Most Americans are very interested in this issue. It's really not something we should be united by, the topic of non-humans." The BBC noted that investigating unidentified flying objects has become a rare bipartisan issue in the United States. Representatives from both parties called for a thorough investigation and increased transparency. Therefore, the House Intelligence Committee held a hearing last year on the Defense Department's secret programs, and NASA held a public hearing in June of this year. No government officials testified at the hearing on the 26th. Earlier, Sean Kirkpatrick, the director of the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office at the Department of Defense, stated in an April Senate hearing that the U.S. government is tracking 650 cases of unidentified flying objects and emphasized that there is no evidence of the existence of extraterrestrial life and no reliable evidence of flying objects violating the laws of physics. Item 7. David Grusk. Title: David Grusk, Non-Human Intelligence Responsible for Human Deaths. Source: Mysterious Earth. Former U.S. intelligence officer David Grusk discovered malevolent non-human intelligence responsible for human deaths. According to Russian satellite network, RIA Novosti, the Daily Mail reported statements from former U.S. intelligence officer David Grusk, who claimed that the U.S. has been conducting a top-secret UFO retrieval program for decades. Some of the discovered non-human intelligences were malevolent, even causing harm to humans. The US government is allegedly willing to go to great lengths, including resorting to lethal means, to protect this secret. Grusk revealed that he learned about the program from individuals involved in it. Grusk, a distinguished combat officer in Afghanistan, later worked for the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, NA, and the National Reconnaissance Office, NRO. He served as the representative for the National Reconnaissance Office's Unidentified Aerial Phenomena, UAP, special team, specifically established for investigating unidentified flying objects. In his recent comments, Grusk stated that non-human intelligences displayed malevolent behavior, even leading to the death of some humans. He remarked, "I think there's a logical fallacy here, that we assume they're advanced, they're friendly. But we can never truly understand their full intent because we're not them." While he couldn't disclose specific details due to potential exposure of classified U.S. operations, he learned of such malevolent incidents from some individuals involved in the program. Grusk astonishingly claimed that the U.S. government is willing to protect this secret at any cost, including resorting to lethal means. He stated that he witnessed substantial evidence of these crimes. Grusk submitted his report in July of last year, which was deemed by the U.S. Intelligence Community Inspector General as urgent and credible. He stated, "This is a complex disinformation campaign against the American people, which is extremely unethical and immoral." He accused the U.S. government of spreading lies to the public for decades. He emphasized, "We are definitely not alone." He also mentioned that a considerable number of unidentified flying objects have been discovered. The Pentagon denied any knowledge of the program described by Grusk last week but stated that they will continue to investigate his claims, whatever the outcome. The House Oversight Committee also expressed intention to probe his statements. Source: Epoch Times. Whistleblower exposes secret U.S. UFO program, believe it or not. A former Air Force veteran publicly disclosed that the U.S. has had a secret military program retrieving non-human-sourced craft, commonly referred to as UFOs, unidentified flying objects, for at least the past few decades. 36-year-old David Charles Grusk, who earned commendations for his service in Afghanistan, worked for the National Reconnaissance Office and served as the representative for the Congressional Unidentified Aerial Phenomena, UAP, special team from 2019 to 2021. He also worked for the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency and served as the CO lead for UFO analysis from late 2021 to July 2022. This team was recently renamed the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO. Grusk revealed that he submitted a whistleblower complaint to Congress and the Intelligence Community Inspector General, ICIG, regarding classified information. He insisted that this information proves that the U.S. government, along with its allies and defense contractors, has been recovering unidentified aircraft, in part or in whole, for decades. The term UFO has long been associated with flying saucers and extraterrestrials, but in official language, it has been replaced with UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena. Grusk stated, based on the morphology of the craft, material science testing, and the unique atomic arrangement and radioactive features they possess, these recoveries have been determined through analysis to be of non-terrestrial origin, non-human intelligent origin, i.e., from extraterrestrial or unknown sources. Regarding the information he submitted to Congress and ICIG, Grusk emphasized that it pertains not only to the origin or identity of the unidentified craft, but that these materials include complete and partially complete vehicles. Grusk also sat down for an interview with News Nation, affirming that many senior and former intelligence officials, many of whom he has known for years, disclosed to him and provided files and other evidence indicating their involvement in a secret craft retrieval program. These programs are recoveries of vehicles based on non-human intelligent technology, call them spacecraft if you will, of non-human extraterrestrial origin, Grusk said, noting that these unidentified craft either land or crash. Well, naturally, when you recover something that's either landed or crashed, sometimes you're going to encounter deceased pilots, extraterrestrials, believe it or not. As absurd as that sounds, it's true. We, humans, are definitely not alone, he said. Data indicates, experientially, we, humans, are not alone. Grusk told the debrief that this UFO recovery program has been hidden within several agencies related to UAP for decades, without proper reporting to various oversight entities. The goal of this program to recover UFOs is to gain an asymmetric defense advantage through the study and utilization of related technology, to compete with adversaries. The Inspector General's office confirmed the authenticity of the information in Grusk's whistleblower complaint. Retired Army Colonel Carl Nell, who worked with Grusk in the UAP team, told the debrief that fundamentally, his relevant statements are accurate. As incontrovertibly recognized, at least some of the source unknown technologies are of non-human intelligent origin, he said. According to the agreement, Grusk briefed the Department of Defense on his intention to disclose the information to the debrief, and the Pentagon approved these plans for public statement in April, just days before Grusk left government service. Defense officials stated that the Pentagon has recently been pushing to investigate such reported sightings, and is reviewing hundreds of new reports. However, most of the incidents remain unexplained. Bill Nelson, the head of the United States National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, after reviewing the 2021 government report related to the intelligence community, stated that he believes humanity is not alone in the universe. Source: SEC News. David Grusk, UFOs causing harm to humans. A former U.S. intelligence officer tells a panel of experts, "We are not alone," as U.S. authorities cover up evidence. Congress on Wednesday. David Grusk is the head of Unexplained Aerial Phenomena, UAP, analysis formerly known as UFOs for the U.S. Department of Defense until 2023. He testified that the government possesses UAPs and artifacts. David Grusk stated in a recent statement that some discovered extraterrestrial life forms were malevolent, even causing harm to humans, especially pilots. Grusk stated that his responsibility in the government was to investigate the military's and other organizations' understanding of aliens and alien crafts, but he was not allowed access to the government's classified UAP program. In 2022, Mr. Grusk filed a whistleblower complaint and stated in the hearing that he experienced Item 8. All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO. Source: Wikipedia. The All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO, is an office within the Office of the Secretary of Defense in the United States responsible for investigating unidentified flying objects, UFOs, as well as other phenomena in the air, sea, space, and/or land, sometimes referred to as Unidentified Aerial Phenomena or UAP. It is headed by physicist Sean Patrick. Item 9. UFOs often appear at sea. Source: Yidu. The Magic of the Sea, Why UFOs Frequently Appear in the Ocean. Various countries are secretly researching mysterious events, and UFOs are among the most important. Although there is not enough evidence to confirm the existence of UFOs, people are still willing to believe in their existence. The Russian UFO files indicate that the majority of extraterrestrial events worldwide are related to water. Could aliens have a special affinity for the oceans? According to foreign media reports, the Russian Navy has decrypted their UFO files, revealing that alien technology far surpasses human technology. These files can be traced back to the Soviet era, collected and compiled by a special naval team, primarily from unexplained cases encountered by warships and submarines. The team was led by Deputy Navy Commander Nikolai Smirnov, and the files documented a large number of UFO events. Vladimir Azazov, a former naval officer and a renowned Russian UFO researcher, believes that this file is of significant value. He stated, 50% of UFO events are related to the ocean, and more than 15% of UFO events are related to lakes. So it seems that UFOs have a preference for water. Once, a nuclear submarine on a mission in the Pacific Ocean detected 6 unidentified objects. After failing to shake off these objects, the captain ordered the submarine to surface. These unidentified objects followed the submarine to the surface and then flew away. UFOs are commonly found in the deepest parts of the Atlantic, south of the Bermuda Triangle, and in the Caribbean Sea. Retired submarine commander Rear Admiral Yuri Beketov recalled that many mysterious events occurred in the Bermuda Triangle area. Beketov also claimed that equipment malfunctions without apparent reason and strong interference often resulted from UFO influence. UFOs often appear when we or NATO fleets gather. Common areas include the Bahamas, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. UFOs are commonly found in the deepest parts of the Atlantic, south of the Bermuda Triangle, and in the Caribbean Sea. Another region where UFO events are frequent is Lake Baikal in Russia, the world's deepest freshwater lake. Fishermen have reported seeing light emanating from the depths, and objects flying out of the water. In a case from 1982, military divers were training in Lake Baikal when they witnessed a group of humanoid beings wearing silver suits. This encounter took place at a depth of 50 meters, and the divers attempted to capture these beings. 3 of the 7 divers sacrificed themselves, and the remaining 4 suffered severe injuries. I believe this is related to underwater bases. Why not? Vladimir Azazov said. Skepticism is the simplest: believe in nothing, do nothing. People rarely dive into deep water. So it is important to investigate what they have found there. Meanwhile, the official position of the Russian Navy does not acknowledge encounters related to UFOs. A source from the Naval Service Department stated that this story may have originated from a naval commander who once encountered unknown earthly organisms. Encounters with UFOs may be illusions caused by a large group of fish, floating debris, or natural phenomena, cited TASS from this individual. With 70% of the Earth's surface being covered by oceans, there may be many strange creatures in the unexplored depths where people have not ventured. Most UFO events occur near water. Does this prove that water exerts a strong attraction, or that there are UFO bases in the deep sea? Of course, the underwater world is mysterious, and we currently have difficulty understanding it clearly. Item 10. Latitude 30 degrees north. Source: ChatGPT. Latitude 30 degrees north is one of the latitudes in the geographic coordinate system. It represents a latitude line approximately 30 degrees north of the equator. To determine a specific location or region, longitude needs to be considered in conjunction. For example, 30 degrees north, 100 degrees east refers to the point where the 30-degree north latitude line intersects with the 100-degree east longitude line. This latitude line passes through various different places around the world. For example, parts of Texas in the United States, parts of Morocco, and parts of Egypt are all located at latitude 30 degrees north. Source: Wikipedia. The 30th parallel north is a line of latitude on Earth, located approximately 1/3 of the way between the equator and the North Pole. It spans across Africa, Asia, the Pacific, North America, and the Atlantic. This latitude is under the influence of subtropical high-pressure systems, and the regions it passes through mostly experience arid or semi-arid climates. It traverses 4 of the world's great ancient civilizations and is considered one of the most mysterious latitudes. On this line of latitude, during the summer solstice, the daytime lasts for 14 hours and 5 minutes, while during the winter solstice, it lasts for 10 hours and 13 minutes. Item 11. Pyramids. Source: ChatGPT. Pyramids typically refer to ancient structures located in Egypt, serving as a form of tomb for the pharaohs of ancient Egypt. The most famous pyramids are situated on the Giza Plateau, including the Great Pyramid of Giza, Khufu's Pyramid, the Pyramid of Khafra, Khafra's Pyramid, and the Pyramid of Menkaure, Menkaure's Pyramid. They are among the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Here is some basic information about the pyramids. Great Pyramid of Giza. Builder: Pharaoh Khufu. Construction time: approximately 2580 BCE to 2560 BCE. Height: currently about 138.8 meters, originally about 146.6 meters. Pyramid of Khafra. Builder, Pharaoh Khafra. Construction time, approximately 2558 BCE to 2532 BCE. Height, currently about 136.4 meters. Pyramid of Menkaure. Builder, Pharaoh Menkaure. Construction time, approximately 2532 BCE to 2504 BCE. Height, currently about 65 meters. These pyramids were constructed from massive stone blocks, showcasing the astonishing level of architectural, mathematical, and engineering skills of the ancient Egyptians. Pyramids represent the culture and religious beliefs of ancient Egypt and hold immense historical and cultural value worldwide. Source: Wikipedia. In architecture, a pyramid refers to a conical structure, including the Egyptian pyramids, the Mayan Castillo pyramid, and the Aztec pyramids, Sun pyramid, Moon pyramid, among others. Generally, they have a base in the shape of a regular polygon such as a triangle or square, though it can also be other polygons. The sides are made up of multiple triangles or nearly triangular faces, with a very small top surface area, often forming a pointed top. The center of mass is close to the base, effectively resisting natural disasters. Many different civilizations around the world have constructed pyramids. For thousands of years, pyramids were the largest structures in the world. The earliest pyramids were the Red Pyramid of Dashur, followed by the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt. The latter is the only one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world still in existence. The Great Pyramid is primarily built from limestone, with some rooms constructed from red granite. It is a masterpiece of architecture. The Great Pyramid consists of 13 million blocks, ranging in size from 2.5 to 5 tons, with a base length of 230 meters and covering an area of 13 acres. Its 4 sides are precisely aligned with the 4 cardinal directions, east, west, south, north, with angles of 52 degrees. The original height of the pyramid was 146.5 meters, but it is now only 137 meters due to the theft of the high-quality white Tura limestone casing during the construction of Cairo. The Great Pyramid is still the tallest pyramid in the world. In terms of volume, the largest pyramid is the Great Pyramid of Cholula. Starting from the 1970s, due to advancements in construction technology, pyramids became lightweight, flexible, and equipped with excellent ventilation and lighting systems. Some architects draw elements from geometry, leading to the construction of modern pyramid-style buildings around the world. Source: Sina.com. When it comes to the world's most mysterious architecture, many people immediately think of the Egyptian pyramids. The Egyptian pyramids have always been objects of scientific research, and there are many legends surrounding them, such as being the tombs of pharaohs or structures left behind by extraterrestrial civilizations. According to scientists, the pyramids were built over 2,000 years ago, and the interior contents have remained remarkably well preserved over thousands of years. This is because the pyramids have excellent sealing properties. Ordinary people need to carry professional protective equipment to enter the pyramids, otherwise, they cannot enter. However, logically speaking, over 2,000 years ago, human technology was not advanced. How did they manage to build the pyramids? This puzzle remains unsolved by scientists to this day. Item 12. Sphinx. Source: ChatGPT. The Sphinx, also known as the Sphinx sculpture, is a mysterious symbol from ancient Egypt that combines the features of a lion and a human face. The most famous Sphinx is known as the Great Sphinx of Giza, located on the Giza Plateau near the Giza Pyramids in Egypt. Here is some basic information about the Sphinx. Great Sphinx of Giza. Appearance: lion's body with a human face, often featuring pharaonic facial features. Location: Giza Plateau, Egypt. Construction period: the exact construction date is uncertain, but it is believed to have been built between approximately 2500 BCE and 2400 BCE. The Sphinx is an important symbol in ancient Egyptian culture and is often thought to represent wisdom and authority. Its exact purpose and historical background remain the subject of much debate and mystery, but it continues to attract visitors, researchers, and art enthusiasts from around the world. In addition to the Great Sphinx of Giza, there are other similar sphinx-like sculptures that may represent different myths and cultural traditions. For example, ancient Greece also had a similar mythological creature called the Sphinx. Source: Wikipedia. The Great Sphinx of Giza, also known as the human-faced lion statue, is a sculpture located next to the Khafra pyramid. It features the body of a lion and the head of a human. The Great Sphinx measures approximately 73.5 meters, 241 feet, in length, 19.3 meters, 63 feet, in width, and 20.22 meters, 66.34 feet, in height. It is considered the oldest known monumental statue, believed to have been constructed during the reign of Pharaoh Khafra, approximately 2558 BCE to 2532 BCE. Due to controversies surrounding the age, appearance, and even the identity of its builders, the Great Sphinx is often referred to as the Riddle of the Sphinx, though it differs somewhat from the Sphinx in Greek mythology. The nose and beard of the Great Sphinx have eroded away, with one theory attributing this to artillery fire from Napoleon's troops, though the authenticity of this claim remains unverified. Source: National Geographic's Into the Mysterious. Coordinates: latitude 29 degrees 58 minutes 31 seconds north, longitude 31 degrees 8 minutes 16 seconds east. A human head atop a lion's body guards Egypt's oldest secrets. The Sphinx of Giza, one of Egypt's symbols, stands as a colossal and enigmatic statue featuring a lion's body and a human head. It is situated directly in front of the three pyramids of Khufu, Khafra, and Menkaure. The significance it represents has been a subject of much speculation and debate. The base of the Sphinx is within a wide and deep pit. The statue measures 73 meters in length, 6 meters in width, and 20 meters in height, presenting a majestic sight as the world's largest statue. For centuries, it has captivated visitors, explorers, and archaeologists. There have been moments when it was almost buried under rolling sands, only to re-emerge from the edge of oblivion. According to official archaeological research, it was carved from a single piece of stone around 2500 BCE, bearing features resembling Pharaoh Khafra. However, there is still no satisfactory explanation as to how such a massive stone was transported and carved. Some believe the age of the Sphinx is much older than officially recognized, dating back to around 15,000 BCE. Source: National Geographic's Into the Mysterious. Item 13. Ur. Source: ChatGPT. Mesopotamia is one of the cradles of ancient civilization, located within the present-day borders of Iraq. In the Mesopotamian region, there are many ancient city ruins. One of the famous ancient cities is Ur. Location: Ur is situated in the southern part of Mesopotamia and dates back to around the 4th millennium BCE. It is one of the oldest cities in Mesopotamia. History: Ur was an important city-state in ancient times and served as the capital of the Sumerian kingdom of Ur. Its history can be traced back to the end of the 4th millennium BCE and the beginning of the 3rd millennium BCE. Archaeological discoveries: Ur is a significant excavation site for archaeologists. Through archaeological work, numerous ancient palaces, temples, tombs, and artifacts have been unearthed, providing vital clues to understanding ancient Mesopotamian civilization. Notable ruins: the notable ruins of Ur include temple remains, as well as the famous Ur bronze bowl known for its lifelike bronze relief. Ur was a prosperous city in Mesopotamian history and remains a crucial subject of archaeological study. The artifacts discovered shed light on our deeper understanding of ancient civilizations. Source: Wikipedia. Ur, Sumerian, Urim, English, Ur, also known as Urim, is an ancient city in Mesopotamia. It was located at the confluence of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, where they flow into the Persian Gulf, in present-day Iraq, near Nasiriyah, south of the Euphrates River. Its coordinates are approximately 30 degrees 57 minutes north latitude and 46 degrees 6 minutes east longitude. It is in the Daikar province of Iraq. This city is one of the earliest known human settlements. In the Chinese translation of the Bible, it is rendered as Wu'er, and it is considered the hometown of Abraham, the ancestor of the Jewish people, making it their place of origin. It was later abandoned around 500 BCE. The most prominent feature of the ruins is a temple dedicated to the moon god, which has been largely preserved. It has been reconstructed and is now a two-story brick structure, with the lower bricks joined with bitumen and the upper ones with mortar. In addition to this temple, there are remnants of many former residential buildings on the site. Item 14. Ma Wangdui. Source: ChatGPT. Ma Wangdui is an ancient tomb complex located in Jingzhou City, Hebei Province, China. It is renowned for the large quantity of exquisite artifacts from the Han Dynasty that were unearthed. These artifacts include silk fabrics, paintings, books, medical texts, etc., and hold extremely high value for the study of Han Dynasty society, culture, and medical history. Here is some basic information about Ma Wangdui. Location: the Ma Wangdui tomb complex is situated in Ma Wangdui village, approximately 5 km northeast of the urban area of Jingzhou City. Discovery: the Ma Wangdui tomb complex was accidentally discovered in 1972 during underground excavation work, which exposed these burial sites. This discovery is considered a significant event in Chinese archaeology. Tomb owners: based on the artifacts and tomb inscriptions unearthed, it is believed that the tombs belong to a royal member named Prince Liu He of Wu during the Western Han Dynasty, who was the younger brother of Emperor Jing of Han. Unearthed artifacts: the Ma Wangdui tombs yielded a vast number of precious artifacts including silk books, painted silk, medical books, bronze items, ceramics, etc. Among them, the discovery of medical texts such as the Yellow Emperor's Inner Canon garnered special attention. Significance: the unearthed artifacts from Ma Wangdui provide rich physical evidence for the study of Han Dynasty society, culture, and medical history, holding important academic value for understanding ancient medicine, cultural exchange, and more. The discovery of Ma Wangdui has deepened our understanding of various aspects of the Han Dynasty, marking an important breakthrough in Chinese archaeology and the study of Han Dynasty history. Source: Wikipedia. Ma Wangdui Han tombs are located in Dongtungxiang, Furong District, Changsha, Hunan Province, China, along the Liaoyang River. They consist of 3 tombs belonging to the Prime Minister of Changsha in the Western Han period, Li Kang, Li Kang's wife Xin Zui, also known as Lady Dai, and their son Li Xiet or brother. In December 1971, the Hunan Provincial Museum began excavations on Tomb 1 and continued excavations on Tombs 2 and 3 from 1973 to 1974. In these excavations, a well-preserved female corpse, identified as Lady Dai, wife of Prime Minister Li Kang, and numerous valuable burial items were unearthed. These findings made the excavation a significant archaeological discovery worldwide and were listed as one of the top 10 archaeological discoveries in Changsha in recent years in 2009. All the unearthed artifacts have since been relocated to the Hunan Provincial Museum, where a special exhibition hall for the Ma Wangdui Han tombs has been established. On May 3, 2013, the State Administration of Cultural Heritage of the People's Republic of China included the Ma Wangdui Han tombs in the 7th batch of nationally protected cultural heritage units. Ma Wangdui is located outside Wulai Monument in Changsha. In the early Northern Song dynasty, it was known as the twin female tombs, initially believed to be the tombs of 2 consorts of the king of Changsha during the Han dynasty, Lady Tang and Lady Cheng. There are 2 explanations for the name Ma Wangdui. One theory suggests that the 2 mounds adjacent to each other resembled a saddle, hence the original name might have been Saddle Mounds. However, due to local pronunciation, Saddle Mounds and Ma Wangdui sounded similar, and over time, Ma Wangdui became the accepted name. This was confirmed by the door plate of the nearby People's Liberation Army 366 Hospital, now the Hospital of Hunan Provincial Corps of Armed Police, which read No. 2 Saddle Mounds. Another explanation links the name to historical records. In the late Qing dynasty, local records marked the vicinity of Ma Wangdui as the possible tomb, or mound, of Prince Ma Yin of the Five Dynasties period. The name Ma Wangdui is believed to have evolved from this. Source: Beta Bake. The Ma Wangdui silk maps are 3 maps unearthed in Tomb 3 of the Ma Wangdui Han tombs in Changsha, Hunan, China in 1973. The 3 maps depict topography, troop placements, and cities, all drawn on silk, hence the name. They are believed to be works created before 168 BCE, making them the earliest known maps in China. The topographic map of the Shaloping defense area of Changsha in the early Western Han Dynasty, referred to as the topographic map, has a scale of about 1:180,000. The original map was drawn on a square silk fabric, each side measuring 96 centimeters. It covers an area roughly between east longitude 111 degrees to 112 degrees 30 minutes and north latitude 23 degrees to 26 degrees, spanning parts of present-day Hunan, Guangdong, and Guangxi. The main area of the map is the southern part of the Han vassal state of Changsha, with the central major town being Shenping. It includes basic elements such as mountain ranges, rivers, settlements, and transportation networks. The depiction of rivers, with varying thickness to represent flow direction, is similar to modern maps. Terrain features are represented using closed curves, making mountains distinct and accurately positioned. Different symbols are used to denote settlements of various levels, while roads are depicted using both solid and dashed lines. It is a high-quality large-scale topographic map. The troop placement map has a scale of about 1:80,000, measuring 98 cm in length and 78 cm in width. It is colored in black, red, and blue, and covers an area of about 500 km in radius, focusing on the Xiaoshui River Basin in present-day Jianghuayao Autonomous County, Hunan. The map is marked with red to indicate the locations of 9 military camps, command castles, passes, and beacon towers. Blue represents water surfaces, while black is used for settlements, mountains, and annotations. Settlements are annotated with details such as household numbers, migration, village conditions, inter-village roads, and distances. The city map is heavily damaged, with no text remaining. It depicts city walls, with pavilions and structures on the city gates drawn in blue, while red represents neighborhoods and courtyards. Streets are drawn in a square grid pattern. The maps are currently housed in the National Palace Museum. Source: various sources. Item 15. Sangxingdui. Source: ChatGPT. Sangxingdui is located in Guanggan City, Sichuan Province, China. It is an ancient archaeological site famous for its unique bronze and jade culture. Here is some basic information about Sangxingdui. Discovery: the Sangxingdui site was discovered in 1929 when farmers accidentally unearthed a large number of ancient artifacts while plowing their fields. Historical period: the Sangxingdui site belongs to the Shangzhou period, from the 16th century BCE to the 11th century BCE, which is the late period of the Shang dynasty. Artifact features: Sangxingdui is renowned for its distinctive bronze and jade artifacts. Among them, the most famous are the Divine Tree bronze objects, which depict vivid images of people, animals, and mysterious creatures hanging from the tree. These are believed to be representations of ancient myths and religious beliefs. Cultural significance: Sangxingdui culture reflects a mysterious religious belief system in ancient Shu territory, providing important clues for the study of ancient Shu civilization and religious beliefs. Site scale: the total area of the Sangxingdui site is approximately 1.2 million square meters, with pits 1, 2, and 3 being the most famous excavation sites. The discovery of the Sangxingdui site has enriched our understanding of ancient Shu civilization and provided important evidence for the diversity and complexity of ancient Chinese civilization. Source: Wikipedia. The Sangxingdui site is located on the banks of the Duck River in Sangxingdui Town, Guangdong City, Sichuan Province, China. It is a cultural relic site from the Bronze Age. It is named after the three adjacent mounds of Loess in the ancient area, known for its picturesque scenery resembling three stars accompanying the moon. The site dates back from 2800 to 1100 BCE and is divided into four phases: the Baodun culture, Pre-Shu, 2500 to 1750 BCE, the Sangxingdui culture, Ancient Shu, 2000 to 1400 BCE, concurrent with the Xiaoshang period in the Central Plains, and the 12 Bridge culture, Ancient Shu, primarily found in the Jinsha site, corresponding to the late Shang and early Zhou periods in the Central Plains. It was declared a second batch of Cultural Relic Protection Unit in Sichuan Province on January 16, 1987, and listed as the third batch of National Key Cultural Relic Protection Unit on January 13, 1988. Currently, the Sangxingdui site is applying jointly with the Jinsha site to become a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The Sangxingdui site proves that the Yangtze River Basin was not a wilderness in ancient times and, like the Yellow River Basin, possessed a high level of civilization. Item 16. Jerusalem. Source: ChatGPT. Jerusalem is a historically significant city located in the Middle East, renowned for its religious and cultural importance. It is considered the holy city of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, making it a pivotal spiritual center for these three major religions. Here are some key facts about Jerusalem. Location: situated between Israel and Palestine, Jerusalem is located on the highlands of the west bank of the Jordan River, at a distance from the Mediterranean Sea. Religious significance. Importance to Judaism: Jerusalem is the sacred city of Judaism, with the Temple Mount as its holy site. The ancient temple once stood here and served as the religious center for the ancient Jewish people. Importance to Christianity: Jerusalem is also revered in Christianity as a holy city. It is where Jesus Christ spent his final days, was crucified, buried, and subsequently resurrected and ascended into heaven. Importance to Islam: Jerusalem holds great significance in Islam as well. The Dome of the Rock and the Al-Aqsa Mosque on the Temple Mount are among the holiest sites in Islam. History. Jerusalem boasts a rich and ancient history dating back thousands of years. Many ancient civilizations, including Jewish, Roman, Byzantine, and Arab, have left their mark on this city. Modern times. Presently, Jerusalem serves as the capital of Israel, though its status remains a sensitive issue in Middle Eastern and international politics. Palestine also regards East Jerusalem as part of its capital. The city's religious, historical, and cultural heritage makes it one of the most contested and important cities in the world, drawing visitors and devotees from around the globe for pilgrimage and exploration. Source: Wikipedia. Jerusalem, also known as Al-Quds in Latin or Gudu Si, or Guda Si, in Chinese, meaning sacred, is a city in the Palestinian region. Israel considers it its capital and exercises actual control over the entire city, while UN observers recognize its eastern part as the capital of Palestine. Situated between the Mediterranean and the Dead Sea, Jerusalem is an ancient global religious center, preserving the evolutionary history of the Abrahamic faiths. It is a sacred site for the Abrahamic religions, or the three major revealed religions, and monotheism, including Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Since the construction of the first temple by King Solomon in the 10th century BCE, Jerusalem has been the spiritual center and holiest city of the Jewish faith. The Western Wall, a remnant of the ancient temple, remains the holiest site in Judaism. Christians hold Jerusalem in high regard as well, as according to the Bible, it is where Jesus suffered, was buried, resurrected, and ascended. In Islam, Jerusalem is the third holiest city after Mecca and Medina, commemorating Muhammad's night journey, and two mosques, the Dome of the Rock and Al-Aqsa Mosque, are built on the Temple Mount to commemorate this event. Since the Third Middle East War in 1967, Israel has controlled the entire Jerusalem region, including West and East Jerusalem, as well as the Old City. Both Israel and the State of Palestine claim Jerusalem as their capital. However, these claims are not widely recognized in the international community, and the final status of the city is considered undetermined, pending negotiations between Israel and Palestine. Most countries have their embassies to Israel in Tel Aviv. Today, Jerusalem remains at the center of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. In Israel's current administrative division, there is a Jerusalem district covering an area of 652 square kilometers, with only one subdivision, the Jerusalem subdivision. In 2017, the urban area of Jerusalem covered 126 square kilometers with a population of around 900,000, making it the largest city in Israel. Today, Jerusalem is a city of stark contrasts, where different cultures, religions, ethnicities, and social strata coexist. The eastern and western parts of the city are markedly different, with disparities in development. The western part, known as West Jerusalem, which belonged to Israel prior to 1967, is the core of modern Israel. If one continues westward for tens of kilometers, it leads to the greater Tel Aviv area centered around Gush Dan. In contrast, the Old City and its eastern, northern, and southern sides, collectively known as East Jerusalem, territory disputed after 1967 and under Israeli occupation, are predominantly inhabited by Arabs. The most distinctive feature is the Old City of Jerusalem, encompassed by a wall and occupying only 1 square kilometer. It is further divided into 4 quarters based on religious and ethnic communities: the Jewish quarter, Christian quarter, Armenian quarter, and Muslim quarter. The most important, and also contentious, religious sites in Jerusalem are located here, including the Western Wall and Temple Mount for Judaism, the Dome of the Rock and Al-Aqsa Mosque for Islam, and the Church of the Holy Sepulchre and the Via Dolorosa for Christianity. Source: Shengguang Bible Geography Information Network. Jerusalem is geographically located at approximately 31 degrees 47 minutes north latitude and 35 degrees 13 minutes east longitude. Situated on the plateau of the Central Mountain Range of Israel, its elevation is around 750 meters. It shares its latitude line with the northern end of the Dead Sea. To its southeast lies the Judean Desert, approximately 30 kilometers from the Jordan River. It is about 49 kilometers from the Mediterranean Sea to the west and south, while the regions to the west and south are the Judean and Ephraim mountain ranges, respectively. Jerusalem is surrounded by a ring of hills, and its current area is approximately 158 square kilometers, comprising the Old City in the east and the New City in the west. The western part of Jerusalem, located west of Jaffa Gate in the Old City, which was part of Israel's urban area before 1967, is the core area of modern Israel. In contrast, the Old City and its eastern, northern, and southern sides, collectively known as East Jerusalem, territory occupied by Israel after 1967, are predominantly inhabited by Palestinians. Jerusalem is located on the watershed road of the Central Ridge, connecting Bethlehem, Hebron, and Beersheba to the south, and Bethel, Shechem, and other places to the north. Additionally, there are several east-west roads from the Dead Sea to the Mediterranean. As a result, Jerusalem stands at the intersection of these vital routes, making it a political, religious, and commercial center throughout history. Item 17. Roswell. Source: ChatGPT. Roswell is a city located in the state of New Mexico, USA, and is famous for its legends associated with extraterrestrial beings and UFOs. Here is some basic information about Roswell. History: Roswell's origins date back to the late 19th century when it was initially a small town focused on agriculture and livestock. In the mid-1940s, Roswell gained global fame due to the so-called Roswell UFO incident. Roswell UFO incident. In 1947, reports claimed that wreckage of a flying saucer was found near Roswell, sparking various speculations and rumors about aliens and UFOs. However, the U.S. government later asserted that the wreckage actually came from a weather observation balloon. UFO hotspot. Due to the Roswell UFO incident, the city became a hotspot for UFO, unidentified flying object, and extraterrestrial-related activities. It attracts a large number of UFO enthusiasts and researchers every year. Tourism. Many businesses in Roswell have opened a variety of shops and museums with themes related to aliens and UFOs to satisfy the curiosity of visitors. While Roswell is famous for its legends of extraterrestrial life and UFOs, it is also a regular American city with its own community and culture. Source: Wikipedia. Roswell is a city located in Chavez County in the southeastern part of the state of New Mexico, USA, near St. Clair Lake. It is often associated with UFOs, unidentified flying objects, and extraterrestrials, with the most well-known event being the Roswell UFO crash incident. Additionally, Roswell is the birthplace of Hollywood actress Demi Moore and renowned country music singer John Denver. Item 18. Susa, Iran. Source: ChatGPT. Susa, also known as Shush, Shusha, or Shushtar, is an ancient city located in the southwestern province of Khuzestan, Iran. In ancient times, Susa was a significant center for Elamite, Persian, and Elamite cultures, and it was also an important city in the Persian Empire. Here is some basic information about Susa. History. The history of Susa dates back to the 5th millennium BCE, making it the capital of ancient Elamites and an important city in the Achaemenid Empire, predecessor of the Persian Empire. Later, it was conquered by Alexander the Great. Cultural heritage. Susa boasts a rich history and cultural heritage, including palaces, city walls, temples, and other archaeological sites. The most famous is the Susa Fortress, also known as the Apadana, an ancient fortress with a long history. Jewish history. Susa played a significant role in Jewish history. According to biblical accounts, Queen Esther, the wife of King Ahasuerus of Persia, was a Jewish woman from Susa. Modern day. Today, Susa is a city in Iran and serves as the capital of Khuzestan province. It preserves many ancient buildings and historical landmarks, making it an important destination for cultural and historical tourism in Iran. Susa is a city steeped in history and cultural significance, reflecting Iran's diverse and rich historical and cultural traditions. Source: Wikipedia. Susa, Shush, is one of the most important ancient cities in Iran, associated with the original Elamites, the Elamite, Achaemenid, Seleucid, Parthian, and Sasanian empires. It is located approximately 1 square kilometer across 3 enormous mounds, situated in the relatively low foothills of the Zagros Mountains, east of the Tigris River, between the Karkat and Des rivers. Susa declined after being invaded by the Mongols in the 13th century CE. The modern Iranian town of Shush is located near the ancient site of Susa. In 1901, the famous Code of Hammurabi, now in the Louvre Museum, France, was discovered here. Susa is mentioned in the Book of Esther and other biblical texts, referred to as Shushan at that time. In Chinese, Susa is translated as Susa, and in the Catholic Douay-Rheims Bible, it is referred to as Susa. Source: Potential World Heritage Sites in Taiwan. Country: Iran/Location, Iran/Coordinates, 32.11 degrees north latitude, 48.15 degrees east longitude. This area is situated in the lower foothills of the Zagros Mountains in southwestern Iran. The excavated architectural remains include structures for administration, residence, and palaces. Susa encompasses a stratified urban settlement dating from the late 5th century BCE to the 13th century CE. This site particularly testifies to the mostly vanished Elamite, Persian, and Parthian cultural traditions. Item 19. Ring of the Gods. Source: Headline compilation. What's mysterious about the 30th parallel north, known as the Ring of the Gods? Sangzingdui, pyramids, all on this line. With the excavation of Sangzingdui, we can't help but marvel at the vastness of the universe and the endless years, with too many unsolved mysteries for us to explore one by one. If one's brief life is like a grain of sand in the boundless sea, then the thousands of years of historical culture can be called eternal. On Earth, there is a place where UFOs once hovered in the sky, a place of countless disasters, where numerous aircraft crashed, and humans mysteriously disappeared. It is the birthplace of the four great ancient civilizations. The disappearance and extraordinary rise of vanished ancient civilizations happened here, in the enigmatic Ring of the Gods at 30 degrees north latitude. The wake-up call of Sangxingdui in Guangdong happens to be located on this 30th parallel north. Next, let's explore just how mysterious this miraculous Ring of the Gods at 30 degrees north latitude truly is. Broadly speaking, this zone is not limited to the 30th parallel north in the northern hemisphere, but refers to the range covered by fluctuations of positive and negative 5 degrees around 30 degrees north latitude. This area is filled with countless unsolved mysteries, spanning the four great ancient civilizations, and approximately 90% of the origins of ancient civilizations on Earth, as well as 70% of ancient architectural relics, all trace back to here. Sangxingdui civilization. The discovery of the Sangxingdui civilization dates back to 1929 when local villagers discovered a seemingly ordinary archaeological site. The astonishing discovery of two large Shang dynasty sacrificial pits in 1986 revealed over 1,000 rare artifacts spanning millennia, creating a sensation worldwide and leaving behind a series of unanswered questions for future generations. Where did the Sangxingdui civilization originate from? Among the unearthed artifacts from Sangxingdui, we can easily see their peculiar designs. They are distinct from any branch of the earlier Xia dynasty civilization. It can be said that they had already evolved independently from the Central Plains civilization. Their metallurgical technology was even on par with the Shang and Zhou periods. The Xia dynasty and Sangxingdui belong to two different river basins, one in the Yellow River Basin, and the other in the Yangtze River Basin. This seems to explain the diversity of Chinese civilization. However, at the same time, no traces of these two regions have been found at Sangxingdui. Instead, artifacts with a striking resemblance to ancient Egypt and Sumerian civilizations were discovered at the site. In the latest sacrificial pit, ivory weighing over 100 pounds was unearthed. How can these enigmas be explained? Further archaeological research is needed. Where did it ultimately go? The Sangxingdui civilization lasted for a staggering 1,500 years but left behind no written records. What calamity befell them, causing them to vanish without a trace? Where did they go? Experts speculate that one possibility is invasion by other tribes, leading to complete annihilation. Another possibility is a mass migration. It could also be natural disasters or internal strife. However, most of the artifacts unearthed from Sangxingdui's sacrificial pits are orderly and well preserved, making these speculations seem less plausible. Whether the civilization of Sangxingdui followed the natural laws of cultural inheritance or received assistance from the supernatural remains an unsolved mystery for now. Egyptian pyramids. The Egyptian pyramids have a history of 4,000 to 5,000 years. According to legend, they are the tombs of ancient Egyptian pharaohs, surrounded by countless unexplainable mysteries. The curse of the pharaohs, an ancient curse, is said to surround the Egyptian pyramids. According to historical records, over 300 people have died from this curse. Any person who enters the tomb of a pharaoh is said to meet a mysterious death, making this curse exceptionally terrifying. The mystery of pyramid construction. The construction of the pyramids itself is a mystery. The larger pyramids are built from 2.6 million blocks, each weighing up to 10 tons. The sheer scale of this project involves an immeasurable amount of manpower and resources. It is estimated that the population base at the time needed to be 50 million to complete such a project, but historical records show that the ancient Egyptians at that time numbered only around 2 million. Considering the technological level of that era, this task seemed impossible. Sphinx. Why does the Sphinx, a figure from ancient Greek mythology with a human face and lion's body, appear near the Egyptian pyramids? Some say it's to intimidate evil spirits, as similar stone statues can be found in ancient Greek architecture. Others speculate that the Egyptian pyramids were originally intended as tombs for pharaohs, and the human face, symbolizing supreme authority, corresponds to the pharaoh's image. The true intent remains to be further researched. Bermuda Triangle. During the summer and autumn seasons, hurricanes and sea tornadoes frequently occur in the Bermuda Triangle, causing seawater to be lifted thousands of meters into the air and remain suspended. The ocean currents in the Bermuda Triangle area are unusually complex, and it's also a part of the Sargasso Sea. Aircraft and passing ships that meet mishap in this area, even if they don't sink to the ocean floor, are often engulfed by invisible currents. Regarding the mysterious phenomena in the Bermuda Triangle area, experts and scholars have various theories. Some believe that the disappearances of aircraft and ships in the Bermuda Triangle can ultimately be attributed to the abnormal magnetic field in the region. Others suggest that it's due to the supernatural presence of extraterrestrial beings, who abduct people, aircraft, and ships on Earth. In any case, when it comes to the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle, we can never peer into its entirety. The truth remains elusive, and no one can provide a definitive answer. The mystery of the 30th parallel north is beyond doubt. Item 20. Mosul Sphere. Source: Bilibili. Global deployment of cobalt blue Mosul spheres by extraterrestrial detector. Just as the U.S. government was hyping up the so-called hot air balloon invasion incident, on January 24, American investigative journalist and filmmaker Jeremy Corbell unveiled a photo on his show. Reportedly, it's a frame from a 4-second video recorded by a U.S. military reconnaissance plane flying over Mosul, Iraq in April 2016, capturing an unidentified and unusual phenomenon. This blue spherical UFO is also known as the Mosul Sphere. A Pentagon spokesperson declined to comment on the photo, stating that they do not assess specific intelligence. Will this matter be left unresolved? Upon closer examination, similar blue spherical UFOs have also appeared in the UK. Here is one of the spheres in a set. For example, on September 29, 2018, a blue spherical UFO was filmed in Wimbledon, UK. For example, in July-August 2018, a blue spherical UFO following a helicopter was filmed in the Sidcup area of southeast London. Linda Howe revealed a light sphere following President George W. Bush's helicopter with a peculiar S-shaped ascent and descent trajectory. They all share similar characteristics in size, cobalt blue color, and a Saturn-like ring structure. It can be inferred that they belong to the same type. They appear in both Iraq and the UK, suggesting a widespread global deployment. Are they masterpieces of extraterrestrial civilizations, or products of a secret human space program? The truth remains unknown. In Titan Information, Marisvara mentioned that the anti-gravity engines on the ships are blue. A ship, especially a large one, also carries a large number of secondary engines that generate gravity. A small ship may have only one such device, although the most common number is 3. Larger ships may have thousands of these gravity engines. They are metal blue spherical objects, usually with a diameter of 3 meters, although the size varies with the ship. These devices are composed of several internally counter-rotating spheres, much like an onion, similarly filled with a special liquid used by the engines, and operate on very similar physical principles. These clues lead us to speculate. It seems to point towards the drones of the Galactic World Federation. Item 21. Map-making cameras. Map source: ChatGPT. Map-making cameras typically refer to cameras or devices with geolocation capabilities. They can record geographical location information at the time of photo capture and embed it into the photo's metadata, usually in the form of longitude and latitude. This functionality allows users to later view the location on map software or services such as Google Maps or mapping applications, providing an accurate record of where the photo was taken. Some common examples of map-making cameras include smartphone cameras. Most modern smartphones' cameras have geolocation capabilities, allowing them to record location information when taking photos. Professional cameras, Some high-end cameras also feature built-in GPS modules to enable geolocation functionality. Action cameras. Certain action cameras like GoPro also come with geolocation capabilities to record the shooting location. Aerial drones. Many aerial drones used for photography and videography come equipped with integrated GPS modules to record the capture location of photos and videos. These map-making cameras offer a convenient feature for users to document the specific geographical locations of their photos, making them particularly useful for travelers, photographers, and more. Mummy News 1. Mysterious alien mummies from Mexico, Peru demands investigation. Source: Exclusive report. The Mexican National Congress recently publicly displayed 2 alien mummies, turning the hearing into an international sensation and sparking an ongoing controversy. Peruvian authorities have launched a criminal investigation into how these remains were transported out of the country, while the Mexican UFO enthusiast, Jaime Maussan, who displayed the remains, denies any wrongdoing. Jaime Maussan, a 70-year-old former journalist, claims that these 2 non-human remains are one of the most significant discoveries in human history. However, many scientists view this as a repeat of past hoaxes or even an illegal stunt, casting widespread doubt on their authenticity. The 2 specimens exhibited on the 13th of this month at the Mexican National Congress are small in size, entirely white, hairless, with dried and elongated heads, and 3 fingers on each hand. The exhibitors claim that DNA analysis shows the remains are not from any species on Earth and date back thousands of years. Elsa Tomasto-Cajajao, a Peruvian anthropologist who previously exposed Maussan's hoaxes, expressed disappointment that the recycled fraud received media attention. She said, "If people continue to believe in these, what more can we do?" David Spergel, the chair of NASA's Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena (UAP) group, also suggested that the global scientific community should jointly examine these 2 alien bodies. Yulita Fierro, a researcher at the National Autonomous University of Mexico's Institute of Astronomy, expressed skepticism after examining the sample data, stating that they did not show any particularly mysterious or unknown phenomena. Maussan, formerly a Mexican investigative journalist, has a history of controversy and involvement in UFO-related fraud cases. He once used remains found in Peru as evidence for the existence of aliens, which were later debunked by experts as the remains of human child mummies. This latest incident has angered Leslie Ortega, Peru's Minister of Culture, who questioned whether any Peruvian scientific institution had confirmed the remains as non-human and demanded to know how they were removed from Peru. Ortega stated that legal action had been taken against Maussan. Despite the skepticism from various quarters, Maussan remains undeterred. According to foreign reports, the remains are currently in the custody of a Mexican man who appeared at Maussan's office on the 15th but refused to reveal his identity. Mummy News 2. Mexican Congress's alien mummies, ancient non-Earth life forms from 1,000 years ago, or pseudo-scientific deception. Aliens descend on Mexican Congress. On September 12, the Mexican Congress held a hearing inviting UFO enthusiast Jaime Maussan to showcase 2 mummies. Maussan claimed that these were not the remains of humans or any terrestrial beings and that they were discovered near the Nazca Lines in Peru in 2017. Testing by the National Autonomous University of Mexico indicated they were about 1,000 years old. Maussan's congressional speech sparked interest in extraterrestrial beings, but the Mexican scientific community vehemently criticized him. The National Autonomous University of Mexico distanced itself, stating they only tested the mummy's age, while research on similar mummies found near the Nazca Lines had shown they were created by bonding human and animal skeletons. The seemingly absurd hearing raised questions about why it was taken seriously by Congress, leading to criticism of the current president's behavior. Unprecedented UAP hearing in Mexico. On September 12, the Mexican Congress held an unprecedented hearing where several witnesses were invited to discuss their encounters with unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, marking Mexico's first UAP hearing. The most prominent aspect of the hearing was when Mexican journalist and UFO enthusiast Jaime Maussan presented 2 mummy specimens. These mummies were described as small, entirely white, hairless, with shrunken, tiny heads, and three-fingered hands. Mazen claimed that these mummies were not human and had no connection to any earthly life forms, stating that they were discovered underground near the Nazca Lines in Peru in 2017, preserved due to algae. Carbon dating tests conducted by researchers from the National Autonomous University of Mexico dated the mummies to approximately 1,000 years old. However, Mazen refrained from labeling these mummies as extraterrestrial at this time. Also invited to the congressional hearing was José de Jesus Zalqui Benitez, the head of the Mexican Navy's Institute of Health Sciences, who claimed to have performed X-ray examinations, 3D modeling, and DNA analysis on the mummies. He asserted that these mummies once possessed large brains, big eyes, flexible necks, and were devoid of teeth, stating, "They have no relation to humans." Former U.S. Navy fighter pilot Ryan Graves, who previously described close encounters with unidentified flying objects, UFOs, near Virginia beaches in 2020 and testified during the U.S. Congress's UAP hearing in July 2023, also testified at the Mexican Congress about his experiences. Criticism and disassociation from Mexican academic community. Jaime Mazen's presentation of the mummies at the Mexican Congress sparked public debate and renewed interest in the topic of extraterrestrial life. However, the Mexican scientific community strongly criticized Mazen. The Institute of Physics at the National Autonomous University of Mexico swiftly released a statement distancing themselves from Mazen's claims. They clarified that their researchers had not personally examined the mummy specimens and had only been commissioned to conduct carbon dating tests on skin samples provided by the client. The statement also denied Mazen's assertion that researchers found eggs inside the mummies. The Institute's statement emphasized that they had no control over how the test results were used, interpreted, or distorted, and concluded that they would not speculate on the source of these samples under any circumstances. Antigona Segura, a Mexican astrobiologist working with NASA, criticized Mazen's conclusions, stating that there was no evidence to support them and described the entire situation as very shameful. Origin of the Peruvian mummies. Regarding the mummies supposedly found near the Nazca Lines in Peru, scientific teams have conducted analyses and research on these mummies since their discovery in 2017. A 2021 paper that used computed tomography scans of a mummy's head concluded that it was composed of a damaged camelid skull with what appeared to be a human cranial bone. 3 rope-like structures were found in the neck area, possibly used for reinforcement. In 2020, Peruvian media outlet Cultura24.tv reported that after a series of analyses including organopathology, infrared examination, and skeletal research, the mummies found near the Nazca Lines were considered to be composed of human and animal skeletal remains, with the skin being a combination of plant fibers and synthetic adhesive. Jaime Mazen has a history of controversy and has been involved in pseudoscientific endeavors, including selling his own health products on television and YouTube in Mexico. In 2015, he claimed to have discovered an extraterrestrial mummy near the Nazca Lines, which later turned out to be the remains of a human child, as confirmed by scientists. It is noteworthy that one of the researchers who testified alongside Mazen at the Mexican Congress, José de Jesus Zalqui Benitez, was also involved in Mazen's 2015 discovery of an extraterrestrial mummy. Criticism in Mexican public opinion. Jaime Mazen and others were invited to the congressional hearing by Mexican legislator Sergio Gutiérrez Luna, who belongs to the ruling party in Mexico. He stated that Congress did not take a position on any of the arguments presented during the 3-hour-long hearing, as the decision to believe the witnesses or not was left to individual Congress members. However, witnesses were required to swear that they were speaking the truth. Gutiérrez Luna also mentioned that witnesses were invited to listen to all voices, all opinions, and that the aim was to have a transparent dialogue on the issue of extraterrestrial life, which he believed had positive implications. In Mexican public opinion, there has been much ridicule and mockery of the hearing and of Jaime Mazen. This ridicule has also extended to Mexico's current president, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, who, in February 2023, posted a photo of a mysterious creature on Twitter. The creature in the photo had glowing eyes and was perched in a tree. Lopez Obrador compared the photo to Maya stone carvings and claimed it was a creature called Alex from Maya legends. The combination of this incident and the UAP hearing has led many Mexicans to view the president and his ruling party with skepticism. Mummy News 3. Mexico's alien mummy, century-old mystery. Source: ETA Day News. Metepec, located in central Mexico, is primarily known as a community focused on raising chickens and cattle. However, on a fateful evening in May 2007, a local resident stumbled upon a strange creature unlike anything seen before, measuring approximately 48 centimeters in height. This enigmatic being had luminous pink eyes and was completely hairless, bearing no resemblance to any known earthly creature. Despite photographic evidence, some dismissed it as an elaborate hoax, attributing it to advanced trickery. However, others firmly believed that it was evidence of extraterrestrial life. The renowned Science Channel aired a special program titled Alien Mummies on November 30 to explore this mystery. Using advanced technology such as scanning techniques and DNA testing, the program aimed to unravel the enigma surrounding this mysterious creature. The premiere aired at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on November 30 in the United States. Mummy News 4. Alien corpses exposed. Experts guarantee they've been on Earth for 1,000 years. According to the UK's Urban Gazette, UFO expert and journalist Jamie Maussan presented two small and peculiar alien corpses. These beings have elongated heads, 3 fingers on each hand, and X-ray scans even revealed mysterious eggs inside their bodies. Maussan pointed out that they were discovered in Cusco, Peru, in 2017, and the National Autonomous University of Mexico, UNAM, through carbon dating analysis, estimated their age to be around 1,000 years. Maussan also mentioned that experts found that 30% of the DNA within these mysterious creatures is unknown, and they were not discovered after the crash of an unidentified flying object but rather within fossilized formations in diatomite mines. Maussan emphasized that these alien corpses prove that humans are not alone in the universe, and we must embrace these facts. The report noted that Maussan has previously claimed to have found similar remains, but they were later proven to be mummified human children. On the other hand, the National Autonomous University of Mexico issued a statement, stating that the tests mentioned by Maussan in 2017 were solely for determining the age of the samples and emphasized that in no case will we draw conclusions about the origin of the above samples. Mummy News 5. Is there really extraterrestrial life? The topic of whether there are aliens on Earth has never ceased to intrigue. During a hearing held in the Mexican Congress on the 13th, experts unveiled, for the first time, 2 extraterrestrial bodies that were discovered in Peru 1,000 years ago and have since become fossilized. On the 13th, the Mexican Congress held its first ever unidentified aerial phenomena hearing, where UAP, unidentified anomalous phenomena, expert Jamie Maussan presented 2 extraterrestrial bodies and displayed X-ray evidence. He pointed out that these 2 extraterrestrial bodies were found in Peru in 2017 and match the general image people have of aliens' large heads, slender limbs, and 3 fingers on each hand and foot. Maussan explained that the 2 extraterrestrials were found in a diatomaceous earth mine in Cusco, Peru, and were not recovered from the wreckage of a UFO. They were in a fossilized state. The DNA of these 2 bodies was analyzed using carbon-14 dating by the National Autonomous University of Mexico, confirming that they are 1,000 years old and possess 1/3 of unknown DNA, definitively not related to the evolution or development of Earth's life forms. During the hearing, Maussan displayed X-ray images of the extraterrestrial bodies, revealing that one of them contained 3 egg-like objects, while the other had rare metals inside. He believes that this clearly indicates that we are dealing with a non-human species, one unrelated to any known species on Earth. Conclusion: it's all an illusion. It doesn't scare me.